So the Holy Spirit lets us in on a key foundational truth to understanding the invisible war taking place behind most, if not all, of our relationships. In Ephesians 6:12, he tells us that our war, our struggle is not with flesh and blood, people, human, but actually with demonic and evil spirits operating in the spiritual or invisible realm. Now, you may ask, well, why is that important? It's important because just as God needs a physical person to accomplish his will on this earth, Satan also needs a physical person to accomplish his. And so when it comes to relationships, I believe it is the primary battleground in which both God and Satan contend to bring about transformation into our life. God uses relationships to produce life, and Satan uses them to produce deception and destruction. Hence, we need discernment in order to distinguish the difference between the two. We need discernment to identify the fruit, what is being produced in my life by being attached to these certain relationships and people. By identifying the kind of fruit being produced, we ultimately expose the root of who sent them. The number one question we need to be asking ourselves is whether this relationship is drawing us to the feet of Jesus. Is this relationship challenging me to go to greater levels of conviction, greater levels of obedience? Is this relationship leading me to walk away from paths of sin? Is this relationship leading me to break out of trauma and dysfunctional cycles? Is this relationship calling me to a greater understanding of my identity and my purpose here on earth? Is this relationship leading me to greater levels of self-awareness and accountability and growth? If you dissect the fruit, you can identify really quickly of whether or not they were sent from God. We're not talking about relationships that are so toxic, so dysfunctional and confusing that it draws you to the feet of Jesus that you might not lose your sanity. That's not growing you, it's killing you. And it's by the grace of God that it hasn't come and completely wiped you out. No matter what you feel, no matter what your heart tells you, fruit does not lie. So we must get to a place where we maneuver in relationships off of what God reveals and not what we feel.